guys, welcome back to MoBilikwon. This week we're doing 16.4 mobilizations and we have a chipper on our hand. It's a 13-minute AMRAP of deadlifts, wall balls, calorie row, and then handstand push-ups. And before I get into any mobilizations, I want to talk about safety first. A lot of times when we get injuries in our body, it doesn't come from weights, it doesn't come from the movement, it comes from poor movement patterns. Let's talk about the deadlifts. I know it's the open, I know everyone's really excited, and you should be, but be careful. What I want to see today, and this whole weekend when we're doing our deadlifts, is that when we set up, from the time we set up, from the time we finish, and go back down, for all 55 reps, nothing changes about what's going on in my spine and torso, right? So from the top of my head all the way down to my tailbone, you can see nothing changes. It's in line with the PVC pipe at all times. Now let's get into the fun part. Let's talk about our mobilizations for today. The first thing we're going to talk about, I have a little banded sequence to tackle your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, the whole 9 yards. What we're going to do is we're going to grab two pretty heavy resistance bands, green if you got them. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit a little hip and a little hamstring. We're going to bring one leg up through the band. We're going to bring the band pretty down low. And then once you're here, with the banded leg, I'm going to take the other band around the ball of my foot. I'm going to kick it up towards the ceiling. So from here, I'm going to take out some of the slack from this other band. I'm just going to kind of relax it. So you notice that the band is around the ball of my foot. It's not around the heel or the arch, it's around the ball. What that's going to do, it's going to make it a little bit more hamstring eccentric. If you'd like, you can extend that bottom leg. I'm staying active through the leg, right? I'm externally rotating it, trying to point it at about a 45 degree angle towards the ceiling. I'm going to relax through my shoulders, straight out through my arms, slight micro bend in my knee. If you can, maybe bend into that knee and then kick into the band a little bit more to get a little bit more hamstring action here. Be here for about 2 minutes. Once you're done, you can come up and let's do this. I'm going to keep that leg in the band. I'm going to come forward just a little bit. Again, focusing on that hamstring. I'm going to grab my ab mat and I'm going to camp out here for another couple minutes. So this is great because a lot of times when you're in this position, the idea is you want to keep your hips square, but what ends up happening is the leg goes forward, your hips will come forward a little bit. What this will do is going to force your hips into a really good square position. Your third of 4 banded mobilizations we're going to do today is a variation of the couch stretch. I'm going to bring this band up a little bit so that when I go back and I drop my back knee down, it's about in line with my hip. From here, I'm going to keep my front ribs in. I'm going to focus on tucking my tailbone. Again, taking out as much slack from this band as possible. Camp out here for another 2 minutes. The final mobilization I'm going to show you while we're here is I'm going to place this. So you're going to do both legs. I'm just going around this leg for the sake of demonstration. We're going to come into a banded lizard pose. So what's going to happen here, essentially you want to mimic what you're doing in your squat. That knee is going to go over my toe, so you'll notice if it starts to come in. Have this band allow you just to pull you apart. Drop your forearms to the best of your ability. If you're a little tighter, you might just stay up here on your hands today, and that's okay. 2 minutes. So this is a great sort of sequence that you can do before you work out. Generally speaking, you want to kind of limit the stretching you're going to do, but this isn't terrible before you work out. After you've done 55 wall balls, your quads are probably going to be a little tight. So I'm going to grab my barbell and I'm going to mash really whatever area is bothering you. Maybe it's your quad, maybe it's adductor. Slow and steady if you want. You can actually use your hands and apply a little bit of pressure. That was a little too much too soon for me. Then your final option for soft tissue mobilizations, you're going to grab a lacrosse ball and just hit the general points, right? Handstand push-ups, maybe hit your shoulders, rowing, wall balls, quads, maybe you hit a quick, pure form of stretch. And that's it for today. There's a lot going on here, very little time. Best of luck on 16.4, and I'll see you guys next week for 16.5. Bye.